Welcome to the Black Hillbillies Cooking Show. I want to apologize to you all for being gone so long. I am so sorry. But I was diagnosed with an illness and I'm working on it and trying to get better. And I hope that you all will pray for me and I'll pray for you. And things like this happen and you just have to work on your health. When you're born to this world, there's not a guarantee that comes with you. You just have to take it as it is. But I've missed you all, and I wanted to give you this recipe of mine for a righteous rice pudding. Now, it's righteous because it's so good. I'd say it's almost angelic because, during these times, we need something to pick us up and make us smile. So, I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. I cooked a 16-ounce bag of long grain rice until it was softened. And I have it right here. Right here. And I'm going to tell you all the ingredients that I'm putting in it. 2 cups of sugar. This is a cup of condensed evaporated milk. And I'll put another cup of milk in it as we go along. A stick of butter. A tablespoon of cinnamon. A teaspoon of nutmeg. And 3 eggs. Now here we go. I've missed you all so much, and I'm just so thankful to be here again. And I've got a little story I want to tell you that when I worked in Hickory years ago, I made friends with a lady named Elsa, and I just loved her so much. When you make friends with people you work with, they're long-lasting friends. These are some good people that I worked with in this mill town called Hickory, North Carolina. I'm going to go ahead and put a little of my sugar in. Well, Delsa worked in the winding department, and I worked in the sewing department, putting a little bit of my milk in. Well, one evening it was quitting time, and Delcy left just a few minutes before I did. So when I got out and got in my car and drove up my stick of butter, got in my car and decided, to drive home, I saw Delcy. So I stopped and asked her, and I said, Delsa, I said, can I take you home? And she said, no, that's all right. I said, well, it looks like it's going to rain, and you don't need to be walking in the rain. So she said, no, it's okay. I said, well, all right then, but I'd love to take you home. And so she began to tell me why that she couldn't let me take her home. So I said, Delsa, I said, any time that you need a ride, I'll be glad to give you a ride home. So she started telling me about a wreck that she had had about 6 months prior to that. She said that she had been in a car wreck and she just couldn't bring herself into getting into another car. So I understood. So I said, all right, Delsa. I said, well, I'll see you tomorrow. Well, tomorrow came. I'm still stirring. Tomorrow came, and I didn't see her, so I thought, well, maybe she's working over or something like that. So a little bit of time went on, a few more days. So about a week went by. So I walked back to the knitting department, and I said, where is Delsa? I haven't seen her lately. And the ladies working back there said, well, didn't you know? I said, no, what? They said Delsa had been in an accident. I said, oh my goodness. On the way home from work, Delsa had fell in a ditch and broke both her legs. And I thought, oh my goodness, how terrible. Well, it was about 3 weeks after that she came back to work. Of course, I went back there to see her and see how she was doing and all. But I'm putting another cup in, a cup of milk, just regular milk this time. But you know, it really makes you think that no matter what you do, you can have a bad accident. Whether you're walking or whether you're riding in a car, it can happen. But I just wanted to tell you that story because I think about how careful we can be, and even with how careful we can be, or how good we can take care of our health, we can still run into problems. That's the way we're built. My other cup of milk in, and I'm continuing with my sugar. I'm going to put it all in. And I'm going to put a tablespoon of cinnamon in. Let's get that right in there. And a teaspoon of nutmeg. And I'm just going to keep on stirring, y'all, till this is just creamy. I've got my oven preheated to 350 degrees. That's our dog. Wants to act up a little bit today. Say hello, Cuddles. Man, he's kind of quiet today. That's so much for that story. But we're getting back to this good old creamy rice pudding. And I almost forgot my vanilla flavoring. A teaspoon of that. I've got my butter, my sugar, my spices, my cinnamon, my nutmeg, my milk, my condensed milk, well, evaporated milk, and my 3 eggs in here. And now I'm ready to go. I'll say I'll give it about 30 minutes. And the reason why I say that, you don't want to keep it in there too long because it dries it out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our product is finished. A beautiful rice pudding. Now, it's a whole lot more than that. It's about 2 of these. So if you want to cut it down, you can cut the bag of rice down and all the ingredients with it. Now, it took a little bit longer than 30 minutes to cook. About 40 minutes in all, depending on how your oven heats up. And I just want to say I hope you enjoy it, and I'm glad to be back, and I hope everybody's praying for me, and I'm praying for you all. We'll get through all these things that's going on in the world. We'll just love each other and trust in the Lord. Until then, have a wonderful evening.